Hello, my name is Patrick Mensah, and today I am talking about how to select rows from a data frame at random. So sometimes when you have a data frame, you might have to select some of the rows. The rows are technically called the observations, and then sometimes you want to select some of them at random, and then you want to deal with it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we are using the WORM data set, and this is how to read it and then view it. So you run this code to read the data sets, which I showed you in the previous data. So I don't need to go over again. That if you want to view the data, you press this one, use this code to run it, and you can see all of them. So this is the data we are going to work with it. So after that, now you need to attach this data frame, as I told you initially, so that this helps you to, make selection of the variable become very easy for you. So you click the command plus enter to run it. Now, let's look at how we are going to do that. So we are going to select 10 random rows of observations from the data. So this data, right? We are going to select 10 random rows from this one. So if you want to do that by default, right? By default, if you want to sample it, by default, you have to put it on false. And let me show you how to do that. It's very, very simple. So you call the data worms. Let me turn on this. So you call the data, then we are going to sample. We call something sample. So sample, then what numbers are we going to select? I told you that we are going to, let me write something here. So I'm saying we are going to select 10 random rows of 20 observations without replacements. So when you click on that, right, we are going to select the number from 1 up to 20. So 1 up to what? 20. So 1 up to 20. Then what numbers are we selecting? 10 random numbers. So we're going to select 10 random numbers. Then after that, they are all observations. I showed you in the previous video how to do observations. So it gives you that all these sides are in the rows, and then these are the columns. Because we are selecting the rows, that is why we are here. So let's run it and see. We do that. It has selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 random numbers from 10 random observations from this data. So that is how it is supposed to be done. Another way you can also do it is by using the replacement. So what you have to do is you call for the worms data. Then after you have done that, we are going to sample the data. Sample, then from 1 up to 20. After you have done that, we are selecting, let's say 10 numbers. So 10 numbers, then we say replacement. It means that we don't want to repeat the numbers. So replacement, we say false, right? And you bring a comma and you run it. So this one, it gives you the same thing. It has selected the numbers, randomly selected the numbers. These are random. So if it tells you random, then it means this and this is not going to be the same thing. So this is how it is done. So let's look at the ones. This is what we did for replacements. So let's look at the ones without replacement. This is without replacements. So let's look at the one with replacements. So it means when you say replacement, then it means the chances of the number that appeared is going to be, it can happen twice. So we are going to select 14 random rows of the observations with replacements. So that one, what you have to do is to call for the worms data. So after you call for the worms data, then use worms data, then you put it in square brackets, and you are going to sample. So after you sample, so you're going to select 1 up to 20. So after 1 up to 20, then you're going to select 14 numbers. Remember that if you select from the, okay, I'll explain, don't worry. Then you say replacements. if you click replacement and you say true. So if you say true, then it means the chances of the number replacing appearing twice is higher. You can have two numbers appearing. So let's run it and see. If you run it, you can see that the numbers are here. So these are 14 numbers from it. So let me show you a chart that you can use to actually explain all of them. Let me show you how it is done. Okay, so when you look at this, so this one, these are the meanings. So the selecting part of a data frame is called data. So suppose that the n is one of the rows of the row numbers in your data frame that you want to select or remove, and m is one of the columns. Note that the syntax in this one n selects all the columns, and then this while this one m selects all the rows. So now if you want to do that, it is very, very simple. So that if you select this one, right? If you select the data, so if for example we use the worms, and then you select this one, you choose a number here, any number here, right? And then you use this. This is going to tell you to select all of the columns from the rows n of the data frame. So for example, if you select the row to be 4 here, right? You have to select all the columns in the 4th row. That is how it does. And then this one is just going to drop all the, it's going to drop all the columns in the 4th observation. That is how it is done. This one is telling you it's going to select the numbers from one up to the number you want to select in the rows, and then it will give you all the columns for that. This one it will remove that. So basically that is how it is. Everything is here. So you look at it, and then that is how it is done. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.